Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Some activity around Moscow. Last night the Ukrainians used some drones to visit Moscow. The Russians claim they downed all of them, but somehow there's a big explosion at a military manufacturing company around Moscow. So I have 5 articles here. 2 dealing with that explosion, including the video, and 3 with the drone attack. Now, are they related? We'll find out, I guess. So, start with the first one, coming from Daily Beast. Massive explosion outside Moscow leaves dozens injured. So this is a picture of the outcome. So the plant that went up in flames reportedly manufactures equipment for the Russian military. First question. How many times before the war have you heard of any military or arms manufacturing company in Russia exploding? I personally haven't heard once. Now, some of them are just having accidents. That's the first question. Now, let's go down here. Let's watch this video showing us the... I have sound. Maybe we don't need you. Well, that's a big explosion, isn't it? Let's play it again. So this is from today, August 9th. I don't know, but I haven't seen such an explosion caused by the Russian missiles in Ukraine. And I see it in Moscow. So, a huge explosion at an optical equipment factory. They will say, well, it's not an optical, it's going to be a different kind. Equipment factory near Moscow on Wednesday left dozens of people hurt and prompted emergency evacuation from surrounding buildings. A gray mushroom-shaped cloud towered above the Zagorsk optical mechanical plant, ZOMZ, in the town of Sergeyev Posad, around 40 miles northeast of Moscow in the wake of the blast. The town's administration said on Telegram that a total evacuation was in effect at all the plant's buildings and workshops, while the TASS state news agency reported that 30 people had been hurt. Of those, 19 were rushed to hospital and 3 were so seriously injured that they are being treated to intensive care. So it says an emergency service source told RIA Novosti that a preliminary investigation found that the explosion was caused by a violation of the technological process. The plant reportedly manufactures night vision goggles and binoculars for the Russian military. Okay, now you make up your mind here. The blast came after Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin claimed 2 drones had been shot down as they tried to attack the Russian capital late Tuesday. And as authorities in the Moscow region were scrambling to deal with the fallout of the blast in Sergeyev Posad, residents hundreds of miles away in Voronezh reported hearing several explosions. Local authorities said there was no cause for alarm. However, the blasts were attributed to military training in the area. Okay. The same explanation was provided by authorities in Vladivostok in the far east of the country, where residents reported a loud explosion at a military base, followed by the arrival of police, firefighters and the Federal Security Service, according to independent outlet Astra. So, let's go to the next one. This is what the Russians are saying about the explosion, right? Russia Today, 9th of August 2023. Powerful explosion at factory in Moscow region. Same one right here. A powerful explosion has rocked a factory in the town of Sergeyev Posad outside of Moscow with evacuation efforts underway. The incident took place on the territory of the Zagorsk Optical Mechanical Plant, which, according to its website, designs and produces optical and electronic equipment. It says, this is right here. Prosecutors have confirmed preliminary data suggesting that the explosion occurred in the pyrotechnics warehouse, or pyrotechnics, so a warehouse. Okay. Yeah, they build lenses and optical, but hey, it happened in the pyrotechnics, that kind of explosion. Andrei Vorobyev, Moscow regional governor, cited an emergency service confirmation at 31 people. We know that one. We saw this one. Okay, big explosion and the smoke. All right, so this is the same one we watched earlier. And let's go to the next article coming from New Voice of Ukraine. Moscow under attack again, with a video. Well, the video shows, and you can see an explosion and you can hear it a little, I don't know, about 10 seconds later. Moscow came under another drone attack on 9th of August, with one UAV reportedly being shot down in the city of Domodedovo district, according to local authorities. Another drone was also intercepted near the Minsk highway, said Moscow mayor. Footage of the drone attack in Moscow's Oblast district near the Minsk highway appeared on Russian Telegram. So let's have it here. You're gonna hear a sound, and not much, but let's make this like this. Ready, set, go. That was the explosion, the light. Alright, that's why I kept quiet here. Alright, so that was the explosion of the drones. And I don't know if they hit a target or not. And we're going to go to the next article from Ukrainska Pravda. Another drone attack on Moscow. Russians claim drone downed on approach to city. Moscow mayor has claimed the Russian air defense forces downed 2 drones in Moscow Oblast on the night of 8 to 9 of August. And I'm quoting, 2 combat drones tried to enter the city. Both were shot down by the air defense system. One was down near Domodedovo and the other near the Minsk motorway. Said 2 combat drones had entered Moscow simultaneously from 2 directions, from the southwest and from the south. The first was shot down by an air defense system, and the second near Domodedovo. The distance between the points of destruction of the drones is about 55 kilometers in straight line. The difference in time between the downing of the drones was 16 minutes. So we're going to go to the next one right here, the last one from Russia Today. That reports Ukrainian drones downed in Moscow suburbs, 9th of August. 2 unmanned aircraft heading towards the Russian capital have been shot down by air defenses. So they say that it was just at night an attempt by the Kiev regime to carry out terrorist attack by drones was thwarted over Moscow region, end quote, the ministry said in a statement. So both supposedly were destroyed by air defenses, according to the mayor of Moscow. And this is the same video that I played before with the sound and just the light. On Sunday, another UAV was shot. So this is past. All right, so I don't know if it's a coincidence that little optical plant had an accident, technological accident, a violation of technological whatever that procedures or something, a technological process, or it was in the pyrotechnical department to the optical. I don't know. you build violins somewhere and you have an explosion in that factory, explosion like a mushroom. But hey, it was the Department of Pyrotechnics in the violin building. Anyway, not impossible, but I think very improbable. Now, I don't know the technological process of really building those things, but I know that Arthur Schopenhauer, the German philosopher that I like a lot, used to be a lens maker. He was making lenses for glasses and so on. I don't think he had a pyrotechnical department nearby in his shack or something. But hey, I said, I don't know. I'm just, it's curious. First, those guys attack with drones. There's a war going on. This optical factory has a pyrotechnical boom boom that has that kind of explosion. And then is the other one that really bothers me. Is like, okay. I haven't heard, as I said, of any of these kind of explosions, I don't know, 3 years before, 4 years before, 7 years before, 10 years before. Now, there are a lot of this kind of accidents occurring. So what? The Russians become a little bit sloppier, they're in a hurry, they cut corners, all of the above. What's going on? Or maybe some drones hit you, or maybe some missiles hit you. We're going to find out later, as always. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.